Hold on, guys. So I figured out what to do. So we're gonna encounter the hunter.
Shipwide transmission override. Isaac Clark.
Just a trick.
Isaac. Isaac. Make us
Isaac Clark. All right. Dr. Brennan's nearest and dearest. We were colleagues, you know. Dr. Chalice. Mercy. Are you the reason the marker won't begin? That's it. Convergence is installed. She's meddling. How is the question? But even if I was to ask, I suspect you're not the talkative type.
Ha! It's funny he says
I
that.
haven't fully explored the cause of death as that missing factor. Dismemberment. Now I think we're on the right track there. Try and relax, Mr. Clark. Convergence is so close. Maybe your death will tip the balance.
Oh no! Oh, son of a bitch.
Work.
Daniels, open the chemical lab!
What?
Just do it!
On it! It's open! Go! Nicole's broadcast.
It was a trick by a fucking unitologist. Dr. Mercer. He's locked down medical to experiment on the crew.
Oh, God. Every way out is locked down through one of the offices. Must be Mercer's. I can brute force the internal doors, but you'll have to reach his office and lift the lockdown manually.
Mr. Clark. My hunter may regenerate, but he takes an attack like that personally.
Son of a fucking bitch, dude.
Regenerate, but he takes an attack like that personally.
Get the fuck off of me!
Surgical log, Dr. Charles Mercer. It's a shame. When I began my research, Terrence Kyne's insights into the marker were invaluable. Now Ability is sending little missives like this one.
You butcher! I saw your hunter. I know who it used to be. That cellular regeneration? God, don't you see what you've done? I agree with Amelia. If this is unitology, I want no part of it.
My diagnosis. Poor Terrence is suffering from the same dementia reported on the Aegis 7 colony. Amelia, for example. The only Amelia ever mentioned was his wife. And Amelia Kyne died 7 years ago. Surgical log, Dr. Charles Mercer, tissue regeneration experiment 5. The student of the marker, Kyne's necromorphs, have provided all the material I could ask. And the infector variant has provided a key insight. Implanting the material directly into the germ renders optimal results. Of course, that requires puncturing the frontal bone, just from the glabella.
Please don't.
Don't worry. It's been sterilized.
Rebooting system. Please stand by.
Who's there?
Oh, God! Hold on. I can help you.
Not me. Save hydroponics. We're all dying. Air's poison. But there's still time. Her enzyme will work if... She just needs liquid nitrogen. Save us!
She was right. Air quality is dropping shipwide. Something's poisoning the oxygen in hydroponics. If we lose our air supply...
You said we could fix it. He came looking for liquid nitrogen. There has to be some in the cryogenics lab.
Okay. Not like we have a better option. I'll clear you a path to cryo.
Door protocols rebooted. Thank you for your patience. Toxic hazard detected.
Here! There's emergency vent control at the security checkpoint. Go! I'll try to lock him out!
Toxic hazard detected.
He's back in the duct. There's gotta be. Here! There's emergency vent control.
Toxic hazard detected.
Here! There's emergency vent control at the security checkpoint. Go! I'll try to lock him out!
Toxic hazard cleared.
Okay, it's clearing. Mercer pumped that gas in from hydroponics. If the air's already that bad,
I'm gonna need a faster way to cryogenics.
I'll open the other door from the chemical lab. It'll take you straight there.
Entering zero gravity. Clearance confirmed. Exiting vacuum. Zero gravity.
Hey, I got 4 more inventory slots. That's really nice. That means I can start stocking up on a bunch of extra shit. Sweet. I can increase that stasis zone up a little bit and the kinetic range. Those seem very useful on a grand scale. Line gun capacity. Ripper. Man. One pulse rifle. Yeah, cutting down that reload time on this gun, because this thing, the Ripper has a pretty long reload, so giving it a lot of capacity is really good, but still. Line gun. The suits. So I know this upgraded suit does provide, I think, a 10 or 20% armor. I think. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and upgrade the Ripper's reload speed. Cha-ching! Making the Ripper quicker reloading is honestly, it's something that's been needed. Honestly, it's the one issue I have is the second you gotta fucking reload the thing, it sucks. But yeah, duration, capacity, and getting that damage up, because the quicker we get to 80 damage, this thing's gonna start seriously ripping ass. Like, seriously, like, it's gonna be pretty good. I've used the Ripper to kill all kinds of things. It's a good gun. It's a good weapon. Not gun, weapon, for sure.
Clearance confirmed.
Boss fight up ahead.
Level 3 security clearance required.
Alright, after this, I'm sure we're gonna get level 3 security clearance. Those hunters are freaky, too. Yeah, I think optimizing the Ripper's damage. Once we get the Ripper's damage to 100 and we get our pulse rifle to 80 damage, I think we're gonna be pretty much goated. The pulse rifle's one of my favorites. Look, I know when we pick this up, some fuck shit's gonna happen. I'm not stupid after all. Maximum stasis. Credits. Alright, we got health and healing items.
Seeing my hunter unleashed is almost worth losing my other patients. But you and Dr. Brennan have delayed me enough.
If you've heard Nicole,
I have never shown you anything but courtesy to Dr. Brennan. Can you say the same?
I can say I'm not a fucking murderer.
Speaking of courtesy, why have you tried fixing the Ishimura's engines? Our homecoming will be truly divine. And I doubt even you can stop a convergence event fueled by the entire population of Earth.
You take these things to Earth, it's all over.
Only for the faithless. Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clark. With or without you. I'd say you've chosen your side.
Initiating cryogenic freeze. No specific present. Cryogenic freeze cancelled. Initiating cryogenic freeze. Cryogenic freeze complete. Transferring specimen to storage.
Bastard locked me out again. Isaac, you okay?
I stopped that hunter. Mercer's gone. He wants to take these things to Earth, Kendra. You have to seal the captain's nest and warn Hammond.
Okay, I can seal the nest, but I haven't been able to reach Hammond since he went to the crew deck. Isaac, our air quality is falling fast. If you've got liquid nitrogen, we gotta fix hydroponics.
On it. Keep trying to reach Hammond. Mercer, I don't think he's done yet.
Isaac, the hydroponic tram station is sealed off. You'll need another way there. Take the tram back towards the hangar, then head to the repair station. Remember where you took that broken tram car off the tracks? There's an access door in there that'll take you to hydroponics. Got something, Isaac?
Mercer's pet hunter.
Oh, we're not trying.
Maybe I could find out. Figure out what Mercer's up to. If I'm fast, there has to be a DNA scanner close by.
Emergency security clearance required.
There we go. 70 damage on the Ripper, which is pretty freaking good because it's 114 damage per second, or it's 140 damage per second. So that's pretty good. As I say, this whole place is so familiar.
Flight deck tram control. Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
Isaac, if you're near hydroponics, check your helmet filters. That air's not safe to breathe.
Yeah, I smelled it. The whole deck's rotting.
I'm reading a huge mass in food storage. Too big to be anything they grew. It looks like the source of the poison gas. That patient in medical, he said something about creating an enzyme, right? Maybe the scientist left the workstation open.
you for your patience.
May Altman be with you, instead of may the Force be with you. I fucking hate unitology. I'm like Isaac Clarke, I hate that shit. That was unnecessarily scary, but I love it.
Report in loop. This is Dr. Elizabeth Cross. To all survivors, turn back. It's all gone. Everything we grew. My team. All dead. That monster. Please, leave. Get somewhere safe. If I can find a way to kill it, somehow. Jacob, if you're hearing this, you know I have to try.
Warning. Liquid nitrogen supply depleted. Liquid nitrogen replenished. Beginning enzyme synthesis. Enzyme synthesis complete. Caution, do not ingest. Synthesis complete. Please retrieve enzyme from workstation.
Line gun upgrade. Plasma cutter upgrade.
Synthesis complete.
Ripper upgrade.
Please retrieve
Flamethrower
enzyme
upgrade.
from workstation.
Contact beam upgrade. I really want to upgrade the line gun.
Any luck?
Yeah, I finished the enzyme. It's been modified to digest something big.
They must have been trying to kill whatever's in food storage. Let's hope it works.
Before we start heading off over there, these are all locked.
No. Go back. There's no way into food storage. Even if there was, the Leviathan would devour you.
You're Elizabeth Cross, right? This Leviathan, is that what's poisoning the air?
The air. My team destroyed everything. I designed a special enzyme to kill it. I just needed liquid nitrogen to complete the synthesis. The people I sent to medical never came back.
I've got some of that enzyme here.
Oh my god. How? Listen, we need to inject it into the Leviathan. You can't get into food storage, but there's another way. It's risky.
Riskier than running out of air?
My team has been altered. They're all connected to the Leviathan, breathing out its toxins. That connection goes both ways.
Okay. So if I get to your team and inject them...
The enzyme will be carried right into the Leviathan's heart. Bind the... Weezers. End their suffering. And when the Leviathan is weak enough, we vent the bastard into space.
Deflecting edges. Nice. I'm gonna upgrade the hell out of that Ripper. Oh yeah, we've got to start upgrading the pulse pistol thing. Not pulse pistol, the plasma cutter. So I will always use that. Get off of me!
Security request retrieved.
Hello, security. It's Dr. Cross at Hydroponics. Something just hit the hull near food storage. We think it's a rogue asteroid. I have people injured from decompression. Medics and crowd control right away. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Everyone out of food storage! It's alive! How can it be alive?
Get off of me!
Clearance confirmed.
The Force Gun.
Clearance confirmed.
Liz Cross again. I never asked your name.
Isaac Clarke, systems engineer.
Engineer. Have you seen Jacob Temple?
I haven't, but I'm looking for someone too. Dr. Nicole Brennan.
Dr. Brennan. Doesn't she help people leave unitology?
Yeah, like my mother. That's how we met.
I hope she's okay. The unitologists here didn't like anyone questioning them. And since the captain died, they've all snapped.
Therapeutic active off.
The Force Gun. Yeah, I played Dead Space growing up. I played the original Dead Space back in the day. And then I played Dead Space 2, and I actually have never touched Dead Space 3. I heard so much negativity about it, and I just never really picked up Dead Space 3. But I really, really wanted to, because my dad, oh my god, my dad loved this shit, bro. Like, he loved Dead Space. It was kind of an hour thing, you know, because I loved Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and so, you know, that Resident Evil in me, that RE4, I loved RE4. My dad never finished RE4. He got really close. He made it to the island, and then he just couldn't really get much farther, but he really didn't like the story. He didn't really care for characters like Leon or Ada. He didn't really care. He thought the gameplay was cool, but then obviously from the PS2 to the PS3, obviously, you know, my dad got the PS3, and then I got the PS2. So then I got into all those games. And having a PS1 and playing the OG Resident Evils, and then experiencing RE4 changed everything. And then RE5 came out on the PS3, and me and my dad said we would beat the game and finish the game and do all this stuff because we heard it was co-op and whatnot, and we just, together we never beat the game, but solo I beat the game. And then RE6 sucked ass. But not to make it all about Resident Evil, I think it would be more fair to discuss the fact that Dead Space in and of itself is just an amazing, amazing shooter. I love Dead Space. I think it is top tier in every conceivable aspect. Exploders. The one thing I will say about this remake is they give us a good amount of enemies. Dog shit easy. And this is my first playthrough of the remake. I've actually got this free on PlayStation Plus, but I gotta say I will buy a physical.
Entering zero gravity.
Well, the thing me and my dad loved Uncharted. The other PlayStation game that he really loved a lot was playing Uncharted. So growing up, seeing my dad, watching my dad play all these games and whatnot, obviously Dead Space, the thing he loved about Dead Space was like the puzzles and the zero gravity atmosphere thing and really discovering what to do. But he never played BioShock, to be honest. But
Exiting zero gravity.
you know, my dad was not a huge fan of Alien, but he liked Predator, and obviously growing up he watched Alien versus Predator. We loved the Terminator movies. But science fiction, pulp culture wise, I really just want to sit here and tell you guys that I had a really good experience playing. So what's on the other end? Nothing? Nothing cool for me to grab a hold of? Let's see what's over here. Says we need to turn back. But that was one thing, the only reason I brought up BioShock is because you know how we have this cool thing that tells us where to go if we get confused? My dad really loved that. And in Uncharted he loved getting hints. Whereas in RE4, he would get stuck for a little while. You know, obviously my dad's not alive anymore, but he died last year. Which to me was such a tragedy. That was my dude, man. Other movies I really liked were Event Horizon and Event Horizon, Alien, Leviathan. Those were all great movies. Like there were so many Alien clones, it's unreal. But sci-fi horror really is really cool. You know. Yeah. Yeah, it happened last year, man. It really sucks. I mean, it's not going to be the first Christmas or Thanksgiving, obviously, that I haven't seen him. Because when my parents separated, it became very awkward. But for the last 2 years prior to that, I didn't see him. And my last conversation with him was I was going to promise to see him more. And then one day I got a phone call from my brother. And my dad had an accident. Someone had hit him with a car. And he was in critical condition. And so I went to go see him. And so I told my buddy about what happened. My childhood buddy, Steven. And, you know, my dad's name was Steve. My childhood buddy was named Steven. And my childhood buddy used to look up to my dad quite a bit, too. Because my dad was just such a cool fucking dude. Like, he would take us in his truck to places. Like, he would take us to the arcade and give us $40, and we'd go and play all these different arcade games and whatnot, have a good time. And my dad was a cool dude. And my dad used to play bass, and he used to play guitar. So he would teach me and Steven how to play instruments and shit. And I don't know, my dad was just this cool dude with so many hidden talents. Like, he was just such a cool character. But he just, you know, he was addicted to various substances and abused drugs and whatnot. And after his accident at work, when his back blew out, he couldn't work anymore, and so he fell into this deep state of depression. And so, because he would use painkillers and whatnot, he would take them, he'd fall asleep, sleep all day, wake up in bad attitudes and shit like that. And it became a very abusive household. And the man I knew, the man that raised me, he changed. And so it wasn't until he made very dumb, poor choices and judgment calls that at some point in time my mom had to separate, because he was really pinning me against my mom, pinning my mom against him. And like, that whole situation just sucked. And it really sucks that, you know, my parents separated, because my mom had nothing but negative shit to say about him. And pretty much, you know, like, I don't want to remember him like that. I want to remember him being the hard-working guy that he was, with all the talents that he had. That's how I want to remember my dad. And I think that it's just a shame that that's the way he turned out. After so many years of doing great things. And so I guess in a way, me playing video games, he's the man that got me into video games. My first console was his his Nintendo Game Boy.
Isaac, where are you? Help me.
No, but it's interesting how I can sit down and play all these games, and at the same time, it's just like, My dad used to play this shit. I remember as a kid watching him play games. It's really cool. That's wild. Well, it's getting late. I hate to cut it short, but at the same time, like, I'm working today on my day off. Of course I am. But my phone's at 9% and it's like 1:30. I gotta be there at 4. It's a 40-minute drive to work. And I hate having to work over, but at the same time, like, I need money if I ever want to succeed in life. I should be making $800 next week. So either way, again, like I said, I'm not a huge generous guy anymore. I used to be very generous back in the day. I used to shovel people's yards. I used to do a bunch of side jobs. My uncle dog sit for people, do a bunch of stuff, and I'd have all this holiday money. I at least had $300 or $400 saved up all the way back from the summer. You know, the end of summer. I'd save up a bunch of money so that every Christmas I can go out and buy people gifts. But this year, as a grown adult with all these responsibilities, and I'm not a kid anymore, you know, I'm not going to be doing all that because I just don't have the time, you know, because when you're a kid, you know, you have all this time in the world, you know, but as an adult, your time is mostly spent working or doing other important things. So today I wanted to go shoot my Beretta 92 FS at the gun range, but I really didn't decide to go. I'm just going to wait and see after my car payment comes out, because it's a $500 payment, and it's split into two. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's a $460 payment. My bad. It comes out into two payments of $260 or $230. I mean, yeah, 230. So yeah, it's $460. That's close enough. I usually, in addition, I usually pay about an extra $140 a month in addition, and that's split in half basically by two payments of $70 on top of those payments, just to sort of try to increase the amount of money on the car. That way it's over $500 a month. That way, you know, it's $1,000 every 2 months. So by the end of the year, at that rate, hopefully I have over $6,000 paid off on the car. I got the car last year in January. Or February, I mean. February of last year. I already got a few grand paid off of it, and that's really nice, because I like that my payments are slightly large, because it really makes a difference. My BMW payments were only, I think they were only like $200 or $300 a month, and so I'd pay $150, and then I pay another $150 at the end of the month. But I was making triple payments and double payments all the time, you know, and so that really helped knock it down. And, you know, like, we're out of the double digits. It's no longer $10,000. It's now down to like $4,000 or $5,000. And so I just, if I really wanted to, we can knock that off. But the car is damaged past the point of repair. And it's just so interesting that a year has gone by since then. Like, an entire year, and yet it still feels like it was only 4 or 5 months ago that I was dealing with all this. But no, time itself has gone by so quickly. Maybe it's just the fact that these events are so tragic and so emotionally bullshit that it pretty much feels like, yeah, it just feels like shit. It just feels like so much time has gone by. When in reality, a lot of it really hasn't. A lot of time hasn't really gone by. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off now and go get something to eat. Start my morning routine. Not gonna lie, I was mostly laying in bed doing nothing. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here.